All right, welcome everybody to the September 2025 edition of the Forest Park Southeast Neighborhood Association meeting. Start with some ground rules as always. You've seen these before. If you're online, please enter your questions into the chat. No interruptions. If you have a question, raise your hand. And please behave with common courtesy. Our agenda today, we'll start with public comments, go into a treasurer's report, Officer Walker's online for crime and safety report. We'll go into ward updates, go into neighborhood updates. We have a handful of things, events and newswise, and then go into news as well. So without further ado, I believe we do have somebody here for public comments. I believe Brian is going to talk about the expansion of CrossFit Happy Streets.
I'm Brian Vega. My brother, my wife, and I have a small CrossFit box down on the Taylor here. We're the Vegas Tavern used to be. We've kind of always been hidden around the corner, talking around what the grocery was, that was the Vegas Tavern. We've been there for about 4 years. Since September 21st will be our 4 years of operation, and we've been lucky enough to take over the entire space. So we're currently undergoing a little bit of construction to renovate the 2,500 square feet that was the Vegas Tavern, to make a little bit more inclusive space for not only our members, but for people to be able to come in and work out. We will have a young chiropractor that I've known and trained for about 12 years, just graduated from Logan University. And he'll be having an office containment space in there as well. So if you guys are ever interested, I know I've seen a couple of you around the neighborhood doing their own exercise. And if you want to check us out, I'm always free to come by every Friday. They host a free workout at the gym. So if you guys visit our website and you use discount code FAN, we can get free workout on the last Friday of every month. We just we don't last Friday, December between Christmas and New Year's. We want to do vacation every time that year. So every Friday, if you guys, the last Friday, it's going to be up the month. So if you guys are interested, come check it out. If you have questions, I'll stick around for a few minutes afterwards. I think for those what is CrossFit or what we can do. I have a lot of fun doing it. I've been doing it since I was 15 years old. Professionally trained people since 2013. First over in Illinois, then at a couple of gyms here locally in St. Louis, downtown in Sumar, down in Kirkwood, and now settled in Forest Park Southeast neighborhood. We really we live about 6 doors down from the gym. So we're here on Shoto. So that's why you might hear really often complaining about issues with Shoto. But inspired to become my best friend. I've just realized that swallowing the tough, but now that they own the city and they own us in the city. So that's my 2 cents about our gym. So if you guys have any questions, I'll stick around for a few minutes afterwards, but thank you for the end. I've had a lot of fun cooking these things and kind of participating in the neighborhood. We have a lot of members that live in the neighborhood, frequent the neighborhood for work or play. So it's been a good time.
Yeah.
And thank you for the explanation. Thank you.
Yeah. Congrats, Brian. Anyone else care to share any concerns, thoughts, questions, praise, ideas? Yes.
Instead shutting down, I'm going to do some road programs. So,
All the board members for gathering.
One might say great.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. Just want to echo that. A lot of hard work goes into that. I have that same shirt. Sorry. Yeah, a lot of hard work goes into that, coordinating, setup, tear down. So it's cool to see all the families out there and come out of their houses. Yeah.
And also Taylor doing we're doing burgers and we're doing some stuff. So you guys are taking all my comments. Big others.
Visible quality of life improvements. We love it.
Yeah, whoever takes that, it's not for space.
Anything else? No? All right, we will jump into the treasurer's report. Evan, do you wanna?
Yeah, okay, so we, we're currently, ending cash for, for the current month.
August.
Is $4,145. That is with $2,000, from WashU, for the Great Gathering. So that, you'll see that deducted, in the next, treasurer's report. We, did a double payment on, one of our, yearly, payments for the
Website, yeah.
website. So that's on there that we get that back, it's paid. So even after the, 2,000, from WashU go away, we're in good shape to help, fund next year's Great Gathering and anything else to do, so during the years, we're in pretty good shape. We do have some soda and beer left over from the Great Gathering, so we're gonna plan a little just casual meet and greet again, get to know your neighbors in the park, probably late October on a Saturday or Sunday. So we'll send more information out about that, ASB is meeting, probably just snacks and beer, soda and chatting with people.
Yeah, cool. As always, membership dues are pay what you can. Previous years it was $20, but after feedback, we made it so anyone can become a member based on what they're able to pay, what they're willing to pay. Link is up there, Cash App, or cash and check. You can talk to myself or Evan. We'll turn it over to Officer Walker for the crime and safety update. Officer Walker, you're on mute right now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right, how's everyone's going? Sorry we got behind first day back in and didn't realize the time, so I'm still here in the office. But if anybody has any questions for me, they can go ahead and shout them out. I'm here on the computer now looking through you guys' neighborhood stuff as we speak. If anyone has any questions for me, I can try to get them answered for you.
Any questions for Officer Walker regarding crime, safety in the neighborhood? No? Nothing here.
Okay, I will just listen in and see if anybody has anything for later.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Actually, we'll move it to neighborhood updates with Ron, unless.
I could go. I don't have a lot of updates. You mentioned Songbird closing. I did talk to the owner of the building today who said he has 3 promising prospects that are anxious to go in, and they're all well known, but they're all well known businesses, but we'll just have to see who ends up going in. So that's exciting.
Very
What?
exciting.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
I don't know, it's kind of sad. It's like the best part of the neighborhood.
Yeah, I know. They needed more space. They wanted more sidewalk seating. They needed to expand. They needed more ADA compliance and ramps, and it didn't make sense for the developer or the owner without raising the rent enough to do what she wanted. And she's processing her food down south, so it's just easier to consolidate and put everything together.
He owns a lot of this, right? He owns this building and
Yeah, he owns this building.
across the street.
There, I think they moved their offices. This space will be up for lease shortly. Where his office was before.
Neighborhood Association office.
Yeah, I know. I told him a great association office. NIS remote work. So, other than that, I'm just trying to work on some of these I know everybody's complaining about the tow trucks and the, down at the oil and Vandeventer here
Oh,
at
that's
the
me
corner.
complaining.
Well, not just you.
Oh, good.
It's not just Dan. Usually if somebody's complaining, it's multiple people. So don't try to figure out who's complaining. It's probably not that person. So I'm working with Officer Walker and trying to figure out that. Sorry I couldn't make your break gathering. I was on vacation, but I hope the grass got mowed.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. What else? Any questions for me? I'm gonna pull it easy, make it an easy one tonight for me. Bulk is a week behind pickup, so if you see something in the alley, it won't get picked up till next week probably. But. All right.
We'll flip it over to Michael with board updates.
Right, hey everyone, it's good to see you all here. As Phil mentioned, we had a great gathering. So I can't say like a great gathering, but like it didn't sound. But yeah, we do it every year. If you don't know about it, it's a great time to meet your neighbors. We'll do it again next year. I always want to thank the neighborhood association for setting that up. Cammy, you did a great job with the landscaping, always do it, always is great. It was, and making sure just that the park looks beautiful and is, that kids have a good time, that we have entertainment. Celia played again, she's a neighborhood resident, she actually just lives down the street, if you don't know her, she's great. It just went really well, and it was beautiful to see. I saw so many kids, which was just such a nice thing to see in the neighborhood. I don't have too many updates. I think we already discussed Newstead. You shouldn't park there tomorrow because they're gonna pave it. Not just some road work, they're gonna completely repave it. It needs it. And the work over on Taylor is continuing. We're getting new ADA ramps where they were compliant before, as well as new crosswalks that will be painted, and there will be some paving that occurs there too, to fix the road up and make sure that that when we put down the new thermal plastic crosswalks, that we're not paving over it, a couple years later. So that'll be really nice. We're hoping to communicate to people that are driving to the neighborhood that this is a neighborhood and they need to slow down and respect the stop signs, because pedestrians are present. I can't tell you how many people I've seen pushing wheelchairs or strollers who have had to awkwardly go into the road because the ramps weren't there for them. So I'm really excited about this, and just so everyone knows, we're starting with Taylor because it is probably the most well-trafficked road in this area because of the WashU traffic, but we are going to be moving down. My plan is to pay attention to every street eventually in the neighborhood as we go down all the cross streets, and make sure that we're just making it safer for people, whether they're walking, biking, or however they choose to get around. Also on Taylor, the parking district signs are finally up, which means that the district is now being enforced. And if you live on that street, you might be aware we passed this district actually before I was even alderman a couple years ago, but we just got the signs up. So we couldn't enforce it until we had signs up.
They missed half a block. We're gonna put more signs. Yeah.
We're gonna put more signs. Yeah, and then we're also gonna switch the signs because it's only supposed to be from 8 AM to 4 PM and not all day. But that is coming. If you need to get a pass to park there, if you're a resident on that street, you need a pass, and you get that. Like you would go to pay a parking ticket, that's stlouis.ai.parking.com. And where you go there, instead of saying pay a ticket, you'll see it as order permit, and that's where you'll put in your address. It's an auto-populating field. This confuses some people. It's an auto-populating field, so just start putting your address, and it will start to suggest addresses to you, and just select the one that is yours. It has to be put in exactly, so that's the best way to do it. Otherwise, it'll give you an error. And that's how you order a permit for that spot. And like I said, we're getting our signs up, and it should only be 8 AM, 4 PM. And then all their hours, it's not a parking district. And again, that's just help to back parking. they're from people that want the house. Yes, question.
Is that on Taylor or in the side?
So, between Shoto, Gibson, and Wichita all have parking districts. Those are their own parking districts, and then we just added one on Taylor. So it is Taylor up and down, except for a couple spots right here at the Shoto intersection, which we made temporary parking for the restaurants. And no, I don't know what will go in the Songbird restaurant, but if you enjoy Songbird, the good news is it's not closing, it's just moving, so you can still go down to the Tower Grove South is where it's gonna be located, and I know I really enjoy their food, but it won't be an easy walk anymore, so that's too bad, but we do wish them success, it's been a great thing for them. I think the first successful business we've had at that corner in a long time, so hoping to get a new one now. And similarly, excited to see Happy Streets expanding. It's really nice with that corner, and you guys are gonna have more parking since the restaurant will take up that spot. I think that would be a pretty long, sir.
I got a letter for you for signing for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up on emails. I've been at a conference the past few days. There's a planning conference in town, so I'm going there to try to learn about how we can make neighborhoods better, because it takes all of us, right? But happy to support that. We did talk about it at the neighborhood level, and don't think we need to do any extra reviews since we're just expanding in the same building. We don't think we need to do the extra community engagement. I think that's what I'm reading from the neighborhoods tonight too, is that people are fine with that. So thank you. It should be easy for that. With that, I think that's all the updates I have. Any questions?
Yeah, now that you've got no parking on Taylor, I live in Arco and we're filled up now.
Yes.
Go out there, and watch them go in the park and your backpacks on, and leave and hope that you don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
They have a place for you to go.
This is the challenge with parking districts and why I generally don't recommend them, because it doesn't actually solve the problem, it just moves the problem somewhere else. And while it's totally understandable that, you know, it is a big problem in those blocks that are closest to Wash U, or the case of Wichita, it's just very close to Manchester and, you know, Platypus, Prism, like they don't have parking lots. So people have to park somewhere, and they park on the first street they can find, and then the neighbors can't find parking. So while I'm sympathetic to that, the parking districts we currently have will remain. I am a little resistant to new parking districts, because the truth is that the more we add in the city, the harder they are to enforce. We don't have more employees. We add a new parking district, doesn't mean we get new employees to enforce those parking districts, and so enforcement becomes sparser as we add more. It also doesn't really solve the problem. Like I said, it kind of pushes it somewhere else. Then the third thing that I think about parking districts is people don't really anticipate how much it's going to alter their life. It means only you can park in front of your house or on your block. That means not your cleaner, not your relative that visits you, not your doctor, or your in-home nurse, or any.
Yeah, but how do you accommodate that inconvenience for people that already have parking districts?
Yes, yeah.
So it's a non-argument that for new parking districts because of the inconvenience to the healthcare worker that comes.
Well, I'm not saying it is the healthcare workers, because just to be honest with you all, I don't care about the healthcare workers because they don't live here. If you live here, I care about you.
When it comes for feed,
Yeah,
that's the place to park.
yes, and Tom, I think we can get you, we should get you a spot in front of your house with a disabled parking spot. I think that would be the appropriate thing for your residents.
Have you given any thought at all to property owners to providing parking for these addresses only?
Well, that is what a parking district is, but the challenge.
For exclusively this building or this address?
Okay, let me, I just see the confusion here. Let me back up and explain how parking districts are enforced. So the treasurer's office, and again, I'm not in control of this is how they decided to enforce it. The treasurer's office has decided to enforce it via license plate readers. So you have to register your license plate of the vehicle that is parked in front of your house. And then they drive by with a license plate reader, and if it flags that your license plate isn't allowed, you get a ticket. The reason they moved to this is because they have so many districts to enforce now, and they don't have the time and the ability to just have someone out on foot walking around checking tags. Also, the tag system was being abused by people when they were selling their tags to people on WashU. So now we have a system that doesn't work as well, I will admit, because it is hard to accommodate other extra situations. But otherwise, it works for the residents who have their cars that the normal car that they park there. So they can register that plate, and that's how they get the permit. There is guest permits available in the same place that you get your parking permit. You can get a guest pass, and those are $2 a day. But you do have to have the license plate info for the people parking in front of your house. So again, that works if you have a contractor coming over to work on your house. You just get their license plate when they pull up and get that pass. But it doesn't really work if you have a relative that's always visiting and wanting to park on your street. So to say that we could, we do have parking districts that say only people on that street can park. If you have an address on the street, you can get a permit and it register your license plate. But like I said, that does cause complications with other people. So it is a balance. I recognize that it's a very complicated balance, but what I think would help is making sure that we continue to pedestrianize our streets, give people an opportunity to walk more places and not depend on cars as much, but also to make sure that WashU drivers understand that when they're coming through here, this is a neighborhood, not their parking lot and not their shoreline. So that's what we're trying to do on that. This.
Does Spire have parking permits for all their trucks? Because if they park in front of my house, then the person and the permit that I have for in front of my house, I can't park there, and then I get a parking ticket because I park in a 2-hour parking. How is that resolved?
So
Spires, are you doing the work that they're doing? I'm checking with the city and
yes, Spire does have permits with the city.
to put that gas meter right in front of someone's house.
I'm checking on that.
That's
That was
why.
weird. That was weird to me. It's in front of an empty lot, but it's still, I think they're gonna put a box around it. I can't imagine they're gonna leave all the levers out just for everyone to play ball.
I'll tell you, the neighbors that I've talked to on that block are not enthusiastic about it.
I'm not thrilled about it either. But Aspire is its own entity and they do have permits to do this work. I was told that it would be done by the end of the month, but that was last month. So I'm not sure what is taking so long and why they continue to do this work, but we are working with Spire to be more compliant with the laws that we passed, because we did pass laws to address this and how they've been treating our streets, and they need to be following them. So if you encounter a plate that has not been ramped, like for instance, for a while those plates that were going all the way across the road up there weren't ramped, and so you're hitting that hard metal certain edge. If you encounter a plate that isn't ramped with asphalt, you can report it to the Citizen Service Bureau, and we'll get on them to go out there and ramp it. You can also report it to me, and I can email my contact at Spire, and she's pretty good at getting the crews to go correct their mistake. And then when they're done, you're supposed to pass the road the correct way, which includes concrete up to 2 inches below, finishing with asphalt, and then sealing around the asphalt so that that patch doesn't rise up and down every winter. So they do have rules that they're supposed to be following. These are relatively new rules, so sometimes they're contractors. They use contractors too. It's not the company, it's the contractor that doesn't know. But just helping us stay on top of them is the best option, because we can one by one get every contractor to learn the new rules. Any other questions? Great, okay, well, thank you all. You know how to reach me if you have any more questions. You can always reach me by email, BrandonM at St. Louis -mo.gov. Or you can reach me, that's my cell phone, 314-884-0707. Thanks.
Cool. Thanks, Michael. As Michael mentioned, CSP requests, you can now call 311 to report non-emergency issues to the city's Citizen Service Bureau. Again, that's potholes, trees inspections, graffiti, trash debris, and almost anything else. There's other ways to contact them. There's a link there. You can call 311. I usually tweet them and they're pretty responsive there as well. As I'm walking about, taking photos of everything. It's my favorite way of reporting the trucks on Boyle.
Also, if you want a tree planted in your tree lawn and if your tree lawn is wide enough, you can request to have a tree planted through CSB and it doesn't even have to be at your address. You can request a tree anywhere. We don't do that.
It's like ding dong ditching, but just with trees. You just drop them wherever you want. Wish my tree lawn was wide enough.
They do check with the owner, make sure they will water. But that's,
I don't think that's true.
you're probably correct. It's what they are supposed to do.
Moving on to some events and news. The city does have a couple new ways to get involved. There's stlouis.govocal.com. In it, you can introduce new policy requests that if they get 150 votes, they allegedly go up to the board to introduce and discuss. And then they also have a new portal, stlouismo.civicclerk.com, where you can look at all of the city meetings and the documents and videos that correspond with them and keep a tab on what's happening in the city. So definitely two things to check out. It is that time of the year where after our great gathering, nominations for the board for next year come up. Annual board elections are in November. All positions are technically open for any resident to nominate themselves for. Nominees and to vote, you must be a dues paying member. As mentioned before, membership is pay what you can. If you're interested in running and being a board member next year, you need to make that known to somebody on the board before the end of October's meeting. Positions include president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, member at large. A lot of what goes into that is the meetings you see today, the events that happen across the neighborhood, whether that's the cleanup events, the great gathering, any happy hours that we do, and just staying in touch with our city officials as well, hearing from different residents and business owners in the community and making sure that their voices are being heard and being heard by the right people. I do this because I feel it is rewarding and I don't want to put it on anyone else to make the improvements that I want to see in my neighborhood. So I get involved in that way. I would reckon to say that those who are also on the board are involved because they like seeing the impact of their work as well. If you want to get involved, definitely encourage you to take a stab at it. I took a stab at it 7 years ago now when I walked into another event at Choto Park and ran into Sarah Mangapora and asked, "What is this?" And she's like, "Oh boy, do I have something for you." And the next month, the entire board said they were not going to continue. So that left up to 5 new board members in which we took it upon ourselves to make this association kind of what we wanted in the spirit of the neighborhood, and I've stuck around ever since. But it's always good to have fresh faces and fresh ideas, new perspectives to continue on making this neighborhood better. Again, if you're interested, you can shoot me an email, talk to anyone on the board, or shoot an email to forestparksoutheast@gmail.com. Again, like one of the events that we do every month is the monthly litter alley cleanup. Our next one is not this Saturday, but the Saturday after. Big shout out to Brightside as always, providing the bags and the gloves to get this going and to help us clean different sections of the neighborhood each month. If you're interested in participating, you can meet us at Manchester and Newstead. And from there, we'll embark on a journey of cleaning up the litter, which is also rewarding. It's a great way to meet new neighbors too. A lot of new residents meet other long-term residents that way. Another event, Oktoberfest at Urban Chestnut. That is the same day, same weekend as the cleanup. It's on Friday and Saturday, September 26th and 27th, down there on Manchester in front of Urban Chestnut. It'll start at 12 from 11:30 each day, and then they have the Sunday location down at their Midtown location to continue on the festival. Cami, I don't, do you want to speak on the monthly neighborhood beautification events that are happening?
Yeah, lighter later, yeah, 10 a.m. probably still be watering trees.
Great.
We've got a really awesome new watering system this year, so no more carrying 5-gallon buckets around. We're dragging 120 gallons of water around. Very exciting. So we'll probably be doing that in October, and then November we'll switch to mulching, and December pruning. Yeah, first Sunday of the month. Don't feel like you have to come every month, but it's really fun. You come, and when we do pruning, we usually have a certified arborist, so you can actually learn about pruning if you want to do that in our trees or in your own time. I'm also trying to coordinate a volunteer tree planting on the 4,200 and 4,300 blocks of Orful. Hopefully December, but coordinating with forestry has been a bit of a pain, so it might be in the spring. Yay trees.
Yay trees. Those trees would not be alive without
Yeah.
Cami and all the support that she gets.
Like, and you want to take care of them, but you're not available on the first Sunday of the month, you can also water them on your own and log that you watered them on metroGBLC.org. It's a data website that the most neighborhood foresters were created to help track tree care in the city. It's metrics going.
Anything else on that one? We have gardening.
Yeah, and the next weekend on Saturday, October 11th, we will be expanding the garden across the streets. I just last week found out we did get the grants. Exciting, but we're planning on working for, I guess, 4 hours. Can't make it, switch it to 9.
You got it.
Gonna take a lot of time. So 9 to 12.
If you want.
And if you can't come on time, don't worry, just like come when you can, and if you can't participate, but still want to stop by, come hang out, say hi. It was a lot of fun last year.
We provided coffee and.
Yeah, there'll be
some
snacks
pastries
and yeah.
so.
Yeah. Well, it's just so nice, fun, hanging, planting trees and, or not trees,
Natives.
native flowers. Trees got planted last year. And so we'll be planting, well, most of the heavy lifting got done last year, so this year is gonna be a lot easier. So if you're worried about strenuous work, there won't be that much of that, so if you come at the beginning and then we will be moving mulch afterwards, but yeah, it'll be fun. Gardens will be great. Yeah, just trying to tell people about it.
Do you plan on this being just a one-day event, or do you?
Yeah, it's just fun. There's not a lot.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's very visible. It's super pretty, and wouldn't be without the work of Cami and her determination to make that happen. So thank you, Cami, for all your hard work in that. But all the hands would be very helpful. I wish I was there, but I will be on a vacation. Sorry. A couple other updates. Not sure if you caught news of it, but we did have STL Recycles at the event last Saturday. But there is a shift in alley recycling. All of the blue recycling bins that you have in your alley are essentially now dumpsters. Instead, there are single drop-off locations throughout the city and the ward. There are 3 locations in the ward right now. There might be more later, but there's one off of 4108 Clayton, off of Sarah over there. I drove by there earlier and there was a lot of clean recycling, which was great to see. I took some cardboard out of there so I could put it on my weeds in my yard, which was great. There's another one at 345 Whittier next to Schnucks off of Lindell, and then the Water Division lot off of Kings Highway at 1660 South Kings Highway. And then that is not Oktoberfest, but that is Route 100 construction. MoDOT has started its repaving project on Route 100. So Route 100 is Shoto and Manchester in the city. This project brings much needed safety improvements, including protected bike lanes that connect to existing cycle tracks. There are not protected biking lanes in the Grove CID area, but there are other road safety improvements, including concrete medians that lessen the width of the road to hopefully slow people down, prevent them from speeding through all the lights early in the morning when they're in our cars there. And there are other mid-block pedestrian crossings as well as some other safety enhancements. I believe they are starting on the west side near Maplewood and then going east. Don't know if we have a timeline on when they'll hit our section of Manchester, but be on the lookout for those improvements. With that said, that's it. And here are all of the events that we just went through. You're welcome. With that, thanks y'all. That's all I got. Thanks, Brian. See you, Julie.